Swadee Krap and hello from Uncle Tom. In an earlier video, you saw me making apple pie filling. Well, I've made some apple pies and they were very, very good. Now I want to make apple and raisin pies. So I have some regular raisins here, dehydrated dry raisins. These particular ones are called sultana raisins, but they're just your typical brown raisin. So I took some water, not very much, but I took some water and I got it boiling, the water boiling. And now I'm going to put in a bunch of raisins.
ต้มน้ำร้อนแล้วก็เอาอันเรซินใส่เรซินก็คือลูกเกดบ้านเขานี่แหละนี่ก็คือลูกเกดนี่แหละเรซินเพิ่นน่ะใส่น้ำร้อน
So this was 1 kilogram bag, so I'm probably putting in about 300 grams of raisins. I'm going to give it a good stir and then bring it back up to a boil. And when it's boiling, I'm going to take it off the stove and keep the lid on it and let those raisins absorb most of that water. Here we are for the next part of our raisins. Now you can see in here that the raisins have gotten all plump, but of course there's a little too much water in there, so I'm going to pour some of the water out. You can drink this water. This is good, healthy raisin water. A lot of nutrients and vitamins in there. So I'll just leave a little bit of water left. Now this is about 2/3 of a cup of butter that I chop up into very small pieces. And then this is less than a cup of brown sugar. And then this is the pot I'm going to cook it in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll put in the sugar. Make sure it's less than 1 cup of packed brown sugar. That's how you measure brown sugar, is as it's packed. Then we put in our 2/3 of a cup of butter. This will make a caramel sauce. You turn on your oven, your stove. Very low flame. You want this to go slowly. Okay? We have a low flame. We put our butter and sugar mixture on the flame and we stir the whole time so it doesn't scorch the pan. You can smell the caramel flavor as the butter melts and the brown sugar melts into the butter. Like I say, this will not take very long. It can bubble a little bit, but you don't really want it to bubble very much. You just want to melt the butter. Get all the butter melted. And as soon as all the butter is melted, you'll put in a tiny bit of salt. Very little salt. Now, it is time to add your raisins. And I like to take the thing off the flame so I don't scorch any. I put my raisins and juice in. And now, before I put it back on the flame, we're going to add some tapioca starch. Now, most recipes say use cornstarch to thicken it up, but I believe cornstarch has too much flavor. The tapioca starch has hardly any flavor at all. So you put in a nice big teaspoonful, stir it into the mixture. This will thicken it up to make your raisin pie filling. Put it back over the flame and you bring it up to a low boil. You may need to add some more starch to it to thicken it up. It'll take a couple of minutes for this low flame to get this water, to get this up a little bit. Get this hot.
มันเดือดแล้วก็ปิดไฟว่าซั่นโอ้ยเฮ็ดหยังเนาะก็อยู่ว่าเลยเป็นจังได๋แล้วน้ำตาลบ่ถึงถ้วยว่าซั่นแท้อัพว่าซั่นอัพน้ำตาลลงอ่ะหวานโพดกินมึงดูหวานจุ่มๆอุ้ย
Okay, let's take a look at this. It smells very good. Gonna lower the flame a little bit more. But I think it needs just a little bit more cornstarch. Just a little bit more. Stir it in. You have a nice strong flavor of raisins and caramel sauce. Okay, so this is now done. I'm going to take it off the heat. Turn the gas off. Now this was the apple pie filling I had made earlier. I'm going to add this to a big bowl, big mixing bowl. This is brown because I use brown sugar on these apples too. But you can smell strong apple flavor. Okay, now we just add our raisins to it. And you stir it up. And now you have apple raisin pie filling, which we will then use to make pies. As my reward for making this, I get to drink the raisin water. Very good. Has the taste of sweet raisins in it. The boiling took out all the sugar, or a lot of the sugar. Woo. Okay, so Swaddy Cop and goodbye. Have a good day. Remember to like this page and subscribe to the channel. In one of the future videos, I will show you how to make my apple raisin pies, just like I made my apple pies. Same way. Goodbye.